Good morning, everyone. Happy Monday. I hope you all had a blessed weekend. My name is Pastor Manny. This is a ministry we have here called Looking Up. And Monday and Thursday, Pastor Bob and I share a quick devotional thought to encourage you throughout the day and throughout the week. And the thought I had was, how many of you have ever have experienced almost drowning? I have, and it's not a fun experience. I remember my dad would always take us to this place called Hurricane Harbor. If you don't know what that is, it's like a water place in Southern California, right next to Magic Mountain. Okay, and so he would always take us to this place at least one time a summer. And I remember it's so fun as a kid. And I remember one of my favorite things to do there was being the tidal waves. Right, it just has this big old area where it would produce waves, right, every so often. There'd be a bunch of like tubes in there, people would be floating, right? And I remember one time it was packed. Tons of people were in there, just on their tubes and all that stuff. And I remember my brother and I were kind of we weren't too far out, but we were pretty deep enough to where I couldn't touch the bottom anymore. And so I remember we were swimming back, and we were kind of by the wall too. And we're swimming back. So I remember going down and trying to swim and just get as far as I can away from people, right? And I remember coming up, and I remember my head hit a tube. And so I remember I was trying to get the tube out of the way and trying to go up again. I remember hitting another tube. And so I start to panic, and thankfully, and I didn't even know my brother was close by, but my brother was close by, and I didn't know what he saw up there, but I believe he saw me struggling. Right, and so I was panicking. I was trying to push the tubes out of the way, and sure enough, my brother reached down. He grabbed my hand and he pulled me up, and I was like, oh my goodness, thank you. I was so happy because I really felt like I was almost about to drown, or I was close to it, and so that was pretty scary for me. And thankfully, my brother was there to grab my hand and to lift me up. And so there's a similar story to that in the Bible, and it's a story between Peter and Jesus, right? And so around this time, Jesus had just finished up healing a lot of people, and he got done doing a lot of work with people, and he sends the crowd away, and he tells the disciples to go on the other side, and we'll go ahead and start right there. He says, immediately he made the disciples get into the boat and go before him to the other side while he dismissed the crowds. And after he had dismissed the crowds, he went up on the mountain by himself to pray. When evening came, he was there alone, but the boat by this time was long away from the land, beaten by the waves, for the wind was against them. Now, I don't know about you guys, how many of you feel like the wind is just against you right now? How many of you feel like things that are happening in this world, they're just against you right now? Maybe you're feeling like that today. So I really hope that this brings encouragement to you, that although the wind be against us, right? Although the waves may be beating against us, we'll find out soon that Jesus can play a role in all that. Okay, so let me continue on. And in the fourth watch of the night, he came to them walking on the sea. When the disciples saw him walking on the sea, they were terrified and said, "It's a ghost." And they cried out in fear. But immediately Jesus spoke to them, saying, "Take heart, it is I. Do not be afraid." And Peter asked him, "Lord, if it is you, command me to come to you on the water." He said, "Come." So Peter got out of the boat and walked on the water and came to Jesus. And when he saw the wind, he was afraid. Beginning to sink, he cried out, "Lord, save me." Jesus immediately reached out his hand and took hold of him, saying, "O you of little faith, why did you doubt?" When they got into the boat, the wind ceased, and those in the boat worshipped him, saying, "Truly, you are the Son of God." Just really quick, I just want to, what this came to my mind for me was, I don't know about you, what season you're in right now. Maybe you're like Peter. You feel like you're walking closer to Jesus, right? And yet all of a sudden you see this gust of wind, you see something happening in your life right now, and it's really shaking you, right? And you feel like you're sinking, right? Maybe you're sinking in your doubts. Maybe you're sinking in your fears. Maybe you're sinking in your anxiety. Maybe you're sinking in whatever is happening in your life right now. Maybe you feel like you're drowning in it too. But there's three words that can get us out of this. Jesus saved me. Okay, so that's the encouragement I want to share with you all today. Whatever is going on in your life, whatever is happening, if you feel like you're drowning in certain situations, I want to encourage us to pray this simple prayer this week. Give it to Jesus, surrender it to Jesus, and just say, hey, Jesus saved me. Jesus saved me from my doubts. Jesus saved me from my fears. Save me from my worries and my cares. All right. Thank you all for listening and tuning in. I hope you have a blessed week. Take care, and I hope to see you all soon. All right. God bless.